Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. I am the host, T Money, and today I'm going to be doing my recap on the Bears versus the Saints. Now, this is a interesting game because former Saints head coach Dennis Allen is now our defensive coordinator. So I know he got up for this game, and I knew the defense was going to come to play. So, let's get straight to it, man. In the first quarter, the first play ended up being a play-action handoff to DeAndre Swift for 5 yards. Then, out of the shotgun formation with one, a screenplay almost gets intercepted, got tipped up, and then it was a 3rd and 5. The Bears ended up getting an early flag, ended up being a false start, forced us to 3rd and 10. DJ Moore ended up getting a 6-yard reception, and we went 3 and out. Now, the Saints came out. Spencer Rattler, their starting quarterback, had a handoff to Kamara for 6 yards. And on the 2nd and 4, Rattler gets sacked, fumbles, Bears ball. Now, I knew that the defense was going to come out and play. This was just the beginning of how great the defense played today. And then the Bears ended up coming out after the turnover, having a bad snap, losing 2 yards, almost fumbled the ball. And on a play-action run play, Mungai, the rookie, ended up getting the first down, 2 play-action run plays back-to-back after the fumble on Rattler. And on the 3rd and 4, another bad snap ended up getting us a 3 and out, and we was forced to kick the 27-yard field goal, and the Bears led 3-0. Now the Saints ended up coming out on a 2-yard rushing for Kamara, and I like how they stopped Kamara early with their run game, and they had a 3rd and 8, ran another run play for Kamara, and he ended up coming up short on the first down. So the Saints came out 3 and out. Bears ended up getting a first down with a fake handoff to Kmet, but a flag pushes the Bears back to 3rd and 17. And Caleb ended up throwing an interception. He kind of forced that ball out, just, thought he had the open man of Doomsday, and it was just perfect timing from the DB. After the interception, the Saints came out. On 3rd and 3, the Saints ended up having a fake handoff to Kamara, and Spencer Rattler ended up running and getting the first down. And on the 2nd and 6, a false start on the Saints pushed them to a 3rd and 9. And the Bears bring the blitz, and it ended up being an incomplete pass on Spencer Rattler. So the defense played well in the first quarter. And the 3 and out ended up forcing the Saints to kick a 53-yard field goal, which ended up being no good. Then the Bears ended up coming out after the missed field goal on the 2nd and 9, get a first down on completion pass to Odunze. On the 3rd and 9, got a first down again on a fly route motion. And it ended up being a good block by DJ Moore. So at the end of that first quarter, the Bears was up 3-0. Then in that second quarter, on the 3rd and 8, Caleb ended up scrambling trying to find somebody open, but it ended up being an incomplete pass. And I would like to see more touchdowns off of these turnovers rather than field goals. And we ended up kicking a 39-yard field goal, and the Bears went up 6-0. It was a lot of flags being thrown. Flag on the Bears after the Saints came out and returned the kickoff. Pass interference, and a 1st and 10 for the Saints. Then the Bears ended up bringing another blitz and a sack. Spencer Rattler gets sacked by Kyler Gordon. After the sack, the Saints ended up picking an illegal formation flag, pushing them back to 2nd and 19, and the Bears get another sack, this time by Jaquan Brisker, pushing the Saints back to 3rd and 28. So this defense came out and played amazing. On 3rd and 28, Brisker made a costly flag, ended up getting a roughing the passer on Brisker. Saints had 34 yards off our penalties, but only had 14 yards passing. So that just goes to show how we have to clean up those penalties. On the 3rd and 6, Deshaun Wright picked off Spencer Rattler and ended up being the second takeaway by the Bears in just the second quarter. Bears ended up coming out after the turnover, ran 3 straight run plays, a 9-yard rushing play by Roschon Johnson. DeAndre Swift gets the 11-yard rushing touchdown, and the Bears go up 13-0. They had 4 plays after the turnover for 30 yards, ended up getting a touchdown. Then the Saints ended up coming out with Taysom Hill. Now, anytime I see Taysom Hill on the field, it's kind of obvious that it's going to be a run play. Like, as soon as you see him, think run play, because that's pretty much what he in there for, or to run tight end. And Saints ended up bringing, after the touchdown, the Saints brought out Taysom Hill to run. He ended up getting sacked, and that pushed them back to a 2nd and 19. And another run play by Kamara ended up losing 1 yard. TJ Edwards forcing the -1 yard on a good tackle, and the Saints ended up going 3 and out. So the Bears had 3 sacks, 2 negative yardage plays for the Bears. So they was playing great defense. And 1st and 10, DJ Moore ended up getting a first down. And on a 3rd and 2, Cole Kmet ended up getting a false start, pushing us back to a 3rd and 7. And then the completion to Colson Loveland, our other tight end, ended up getting us to the 1st and goal line. And Mongai gets his first career touchdown as the Bears go up 20-0. So the Bears, after forcing the Saints 3 and out, had 8 plays for 55 yards. So they was playing great on both ends. So then the Saints came out. For the most part, wasn't really picking up a lot of yards. On the 3rd and 2, the Saints ended up getting held short, but go for it on the 4th and 1, and are stopped. So they was forced to punt the ball. Now the Bears come back out on the 3rd and 10. Completion pass to Zacchaeus, but he ended up being short. And then the Saints, on their last play in that second quarter, pick up a 58-yard reception on a fly route by Olave, and the Saints ended up getting a touchdown to Olave. And after the Saints came out for their last play, scored a touchdown. The score was 7-20. They had 5 plays for 91 yards. And at halftime, Caleb Williams was 8 for 17 with 97 yards, 1 interception. Spencer Rattler was 9 for 17, 104 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. So Saints have the ball at the beginning of the 3rd quarter, and a 29-yard reception by their tight end Johnson ended up getting them the first down. Saints ended up getting another touchdown to Chris Olave, and the score ended up being 14-20. So the Bears, after the touchdown, getting the first down on a play-action handoff pass to DJ Moore. Then ended up getting another first down to Luther Burden. And on a jet sweep play, DeAndre Swift ended up getting another first down for the Bears. And then Swift had another jet sweep fake handoff, ended up getting 15 yards. This pushed us to the 1st and goal line, and the Bears ended up running 3 run plays and ended up going for it on the 4th and 1. And a bad snap ended up giving the Bears the false start penalty, which ended up saving the 4th and out on the goal line. So the Bears they got lucky. They was forced to kick a 29-yard field goal. The Bears were up 14-23. Now the Saints come out. Spencer Rattler gets a 7-yard rushing first down. And on the 2nd and 10, Kevin Byard jumps the route, gets his 4th interception of the year. The score at the end of the 3rd quarter ended up being 14-23. So the beginning of the 4th quarter, Mongai ended up rushing for 4 yards for the Bears at the beginning of the 4th quarter. Ended up being a 3rd and 6. Caleb ended up getting sacked. And then the Saints come out on the 2nd and 5, and Cheyenne ended up getting a first down. And on the 1st and 10, Edmonds ended up getting a sack on the quarterback for the Saints, which pushed him back to a 3rd and 20. On the 3rd and 20, it was a reception for Taysom Hill, but he ended up having a pass to Kamara. And from the looks of it, it looked like he was lined up with Taysom Hill. So they was like throwing forward instead of backwards. So they ended up getting a first down. Coach Ben Johnson ended up challenging the play. Call was reversed. Saints was forced to punt. And the Bears come out on a play action handoff to Swift, get a first down. Caleb is almost sacked after the first down from Swift. On the 2nd and 2, Mongai ended up getting a rushing first down. And on the play action, Colson Loveland ended up getting a false start, which pushed us back to 3rd and 15. And we ended up having to kick a 33-yard field goal, and the Bears was up 14-26. Then the Saints come out with the ball. Shaheem ended up getting a first down. Then Spencer Rattler ended up throwing to Juwan Johnson, another first down. Edmonds ended up getting an interception, a tip pass, which pretty much sealed the deal for the Bears. So the Bears walk away with the win, continue their 4-game win streak. The Bears win this game 14-26. So to finish that game, Spencer Rattler went 20 for 32, 233 yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Caleb Williams finished this game 15 from 26, 172 yards, 1 interception. So make sure you like, share, leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think. See you guys next week.